Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and today I went over to the Modern Warfare subreddit. Now, I typically don't go over to the Call of Duty subreddits, because basically they just kind of devolve into people either complaining or linking clips, but I went over to r/COD Modern Warfare, which is the subreddit for Modern Warfare Remastered. The top post over there today is a post titled, Modern Warfare Remastered is not at the AAA standard, and OP goes on to describe his disdain for the 10-tick servers, the kill cam bug, which still hasn't been fixed, some class bugs and some perk bugs, and basically just calls out Raven Software and Activision for not communicating with their fans. You'll see on this subreddit, and I was kind of shocked because I haven't been over here in quite a while, where I'm just scrolling through and I'm seeing so many of these posts of people just asking for better communication from Raven Software. You'll find tons of videos and pictures and discussions on this subreddit of people who are not happy with certain aspects of the game. You have videos of people showing lag compensation and the classic you didn't shoot on his screen, so therefore you died problem, which really is plaguing Modern Warfare Remastered. You see people linking what would have been amazing clips if collaterals actually worked in this game. You have people having discussion after discussion about the 10-tick servers and wondering how Raven Software at any point thought they would be suitable for a Call of Duty game long term. If you go over to this subreddit, you will find a lot of unhappy customers, and it's not as if they're complaining just to complain, right? I mean, they're not over there complaining that the sky is too blue or that the grass isn't green enough. They're bringing up legitimate criticisms of the game, and they really appear to be falling on deaf ears. Now, I hate to point the blame at any one person in particular, right? But Amos Hodge is the lead designer over at Raven Software, right? On his Twitter page, which you can find him over at Wendell Wobble, he specifically says he'll be actively monitoring the forums, he's going to be responding to the community, and trying to live up to basically be like David Vonderhaar of Treyarch. He even says to follow him for Modern Warfare Remastered news, but the trouble is, he doesn't communicate really with anybody. I mean, we're looking right now at all of his tweets from the past month or so. Like, his last tweet was actually on December 21st, and that was just to announce double XP and a supply drop deal. Like, he is basically the community manager for Raven Software. He claims he's going to try to be the David Vonderhaar for Raven Software, but that hasn't really been happening. He's not tweeting a lot. He's not participating in conversations. He's just kind of like this Twitter handle that we all follow that doesn't actually give us any information whatsoever. Like, if you're gonna try to be the David Vonderhaar, you need to be the David Vonderhaar. You need to be actively participating in discussions. You need to actively be part of the community. I remember back in the day, like, Robert Bowling was always working with the community. I remember JD 2020 back in the day was as well, or Michael Condrey or Glenn Schofield. Like, sure, they didn't give us all the information we wanted, but at least they were active to an extent. Like, this Twitter handle at Wendell Wobble is basically useless. Like, it doesn't give us any actual information. Now, again, I don't want to blame Amos specifically because it's the fault of an entire studio, obviously. Like, I remember back in MW2, right? Anytime there was a problem with Modern Warfare 2, it was somehow directly Robert Bowling's fault because he was the community manager. It's not fair to blame the community manager for everything, but you need to at least be participating. Like, that's the big problem with Modern Warfare Remastered right now, is there's really no communication. You have all of these fans out there who have problems or questions or concerns with the game, and they have no one to actually directly communicate that to. Like, they're basically just shouting out into the ether and hoping that somebody at Raven Software will hear them and maybe fix their problem. We need an official word on server tick rates, right? We need somebody at Raven Software to come out and say, you know what, this is the tick rate that we're running at, this is what we're trying to make it go to, or this is why we can't change it. Just give us a little bit of communication. Like, that's all we really need right now. We need an official word on collaterals and footsteps. We need to see if these are actually going to get fixed. Like, are you working right now on collaterals? What steps have you taken to work on collaterals? What about footsteps? Are they going to be more in line with what they were like back in Call of Duty 4? What about the spawn system? Like, can we get an official word as to why the spawn system is so much different in Modern Warfare Remastered compared to what was like back in Call of Duty 4? Because there's no denying the spawns are a lot different in this game compared to what they were like back in the day. What about lag compensation? Can we get a word on why occasionally, it doesn't happen all the time, but I know it happens to me often enough, and it happens to you guys as well. Occasionally, I start shooting at somebody, and then I die, and then watching the kill cam on their screen, I never shot. Like, why is that happening? What's up with the lag compensation? Can we get a little bit of communication? Like, I don't want to just continue to just throw stones at Raven Software here, but I feel as though as a YouTuber, I do a better job at being a community manager than anybody is at Raven Software currently, because every single day, I'm bringing the community news and information in regards to Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm actively playing the game. I'm actively part of the community, and I can even go further than Raven Software because I'm actually allowed to discuss leaked information and link you guys to leaked stuff. Like, for example, check the video description. I'll put a link to a leak that came out a while ago about the Kamchatka 12 shotgun and the XMLAR assault rifle, both of which will be coming to the game in the near future, and I can actually discuss that stuff with you guys because I'm a YouTuber. I'm not like under an NDA. I'm not like working for Raven Software or anything like that. Like, I feel as though as a YouTuber, I'm a better community manager than anybody at Raven Software. And the thing is, like, I'm not even special. Like, any YouTuber could do what I do. Like, we are all better community managers. We all actively work with the community better than anybody at Raven Software, and that's a problem. And the worst part of it is, leading up until the launch of Modern Warfare Remastered, Raven Software was amazing at working with the community about everything. Like, no piece of criticism, no suggestion was too small for them to ignore. They were always working with the community. Whenever we said anything, they're like, you know what, we'll take a look at that. And oftentimes, they changed their game based on community feedback to try to make Modern Warfare Remastered the best game it could possibly be for the fans. Like, it's a game by fans, for fans. It's a remake of one of the greatest video games in history, and they want to make it as good as possible. But for some reason, like, ever since the game came out, it's like a switch has been flipped here, where suddenly all communication has been shut off. They don't communicate with us whatsoever. We have no idea what's happening. There are issues with the game, and they're not acknowledging them whatsoever. It's like, can we get somebody to work with us here? Like, I volunteer. Like, obviously, Raven doesn't watch my videos, or even if they did, they would definitely not want me to be their community manager. But I'll be your community manager. I don't care, assuming, of course, I don't have to move to Wisconsin. I'll work with the community and take their feedback and give it to you, and then take your feedback of their feedback and bring it back to them. I'll do all of that. I'll be the community manager. I don't care, because somebody needs to be, because right now, there is no communication between Raven Software and their community, and ultimately, it's going to hurt Modern Warfare Remastered in the long run. I am worried that this game is not going to have a good future if you do not start working with your community, Raven Software. I'm worried that people are going to stop playing your game, because right now, the player count isn't amazing. Like, they've already fragmented the community. We discussed that in my video yesterday, how by releasing Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered, they basically split their community in half. The COD community is divided right now, and therefore, there's not a lot of people playing Modern Warfare Remastered already. Like, it's a pre-order exclusive, basically, so already that cut down on the player base, and the fact that it's competing with Infinite Warfare and all the other games out there. Ground War doesn't have a lot of people in it. Like, when I play Ground War, I recognize half the people in my lobby because I see them just about every single day. Like, there's not a giant community right now for Modern Warfare Remastered, and the community that you do have right now is eventually going to go away if you don't start working with them to fix collaterals, fix the spawn system, fix footsteps, fix everything. Just work with us here. Like, it's not that hard. Just communicate. Like, hey, we understand the spawns are different. We're going to look into making the spawn logic a lot more like it was back in Call of Duty 4, or not, and give reasons. Like, I don't care. Just discuss it with us. Actively communicate. And I think the game's going to be better in the long run. So, Raven Software, you're messing up right now, man. It's time to get the ball rolling. It's 2017. It's a brand new year. Let's make it a great year for Modern Warfare Remastered. You have to start working with the community. You have to start communicating. And it starts by getting a proper community manager, whether that's Amos, whether that's somebody else, whether it's me. Pick me. Maybe pick me. Pick someone else. I don't care. Just get a community manager. Start working with the community and make this game the best game that can possibly be, like you were before the game actually launched. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below on the current state of Modern Warfare Remastered and the communication that Raven Software has with us, or lack thereof, because obviously right now there is not a lot of communication happening. But regardless, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Drop me a rating, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.